Hi there, it's Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and I'm here to share some secrets, or spill the tea, as some may say, on shopping at the Dollar Tree for organizing bins. I don't know if you've watched, I have so many YouTube videos of people using Dollar Tree stuff to organize, which I absolutely love. You can organize on a total budget, but I want to share some insider secrets about that you may not have realized, because I want you to be able to replicate it for yourself and not end up frustrated. First thing I need to point out about shopping at the Dollar Tree is actually things are not $1. Starting several months ago, they raised the price of everything to $1.25. So everything that you see in the Dollar Tree should be $1.25, not just $1. And to help me do simple math in my head, that means that 4 items are $5. So that's just something to keep in mind. I think it's totally reasonable. They went for years and years and years and years without raising prices, and inflation has to catch up someday. But it's just something to keep in mind. And also, if your state charges sales tax, then you will also have to pay tax. The next really important thing to keep in mind is that not everything at the Dollar Tree is actually the cheapest. There are a few things that you could buy for less elsewhere. So I just want you to keep in mind as you're shopping at the Dollar Tree, doesn't necessarily mean it's the cheapest. For example, some of the food items, they have a smaller quantity, so they can sell them for the $1.25. But if you extrapolate it out and you actually bought it at a different store, it might actually be cheaper there. Same with some of the organizing bins. I've gotten some at Target for $2 for a pack of 3, which is either a similar price or cheaper than the Dollar Tree. So don't automatically assume that everything there is the cheapest you could ever buy. I think this is probably one of the most important things to realize about organizing from the Dollar Tree. Most people who organize their spaces go to multiple stores. And when I say multiple, I mean 10, 20 stores. I do not see how anyone, unless you have some magnificent mega Dollar Tree next to you, how anyone could possibly find enough stuff to organize a whole pantry from just going to one store. And I've seen multiple YouTubers talk about this, and this has been true for me when I have done things for videos to show you how to organize for the Dollar Tree. When I have organized for myself, I have often gone to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dollar Trees. I'll recruit people to help me. I'll go to some. I'll say, Mom, you go to these. I am lucky to live in an area where there are just tons of Dollar Trees, certainly within driving distance, but even within just 15 minutes from me. So it's rare to walk into a Dollar Tree and find everything you need. There's a few things going on. So you might see something that somebody shared recently online from the Dollar Tree and you think, oh, that's super cool, I want to go get that. But your Dollar Tree may not have it. They don't all have the same things. They may not have the quantity that you need. A lot of times they may only have 2 or 3. And I do sometimes ask, hey, do you have more in the back? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So really, to do any kind of a big project, shopping at multiple stores is basically a must. Kind of already mentioned this, but not every store has the same thing. So around me, a couple of Dollar Trees are just literally bigger than the other one, so they have more stock. But even so, one store might have more of something or might have something that another store doesn't. It is I haven't found any way to predict. You just literally have to go and see what they have. One thing that I think a lot of people may not know is that you can actually order online from the Dollar Tree, which sounds great, especially when it comes to oh, you don't want to have to go to 10 stores, or maybe they don't have the stock. But there are a few things to keep in mind when shopping online, that it doesn't quite work like most online shopping experiences. So the first important thing is that on, I think, everything, there is a minimum order quantity. So you can't just order 1 or 2 or 3. You have to order by the case, and it varies per item. So I was just on there browsing at organizing bins, and they were 24 or 36 for almost all of them. Now, I have ordered some things in the past that were a minimum of 12. A couple things I think I ordered a minimum of 4. So you'd have to check, but most of them have pretty large minimums. So you're gonna have to purchase 36 or 24, and that's going to cost you whatever amount of money. So just keep that in mind. Now, if maybe you want to split with a friend, the other thing that becomes difficult is, let's say that like to fit my shelves, I need 14 bins, but they come in a case of 12. It's not like there's a 12 minimum and then you could add one by one. No, you literally have to buy them in cases. So if I wanted 14 bins, I would literally have to purchase 24 online. That is a little bit of a pain, so I don't totally love it, but it's something to consider if you need to buy them in bulk, or if you don't mind having extras and you could use them somewhere else, or you have a friend to give them to, or something like that. Now, another thing to keep in mind when shopping online is that if you want it shipped right to your door, shipping is ridiculously expensive. So I just tried it. I added like $45 worth to my cart, and shipping to my home was gonna be $20. That's quite a lot, and as far as I know, there's no threshold in which they give you free shipping, but shipping to the store is free, and it's pretty easy. I've done it. So you're probably gonna wanna ship to the store if you do order online. And it should go without saying that not everything in the store is online and vice versa. So you're gonna find a lot of things online that you might not be able to find in your store, and you're probably gonna find some things in the store that you couldn't find online, so just keep that in mind. One huge tip when shopping really anywhere, but especially at the Dollar Tree, is that if you like something, like if you really like the color, the print, the style, buy as much of it as you think you're gonna need, because they may not have it again. So like if they have a very specific print on, say, a canvas bin, for example, and you go back in 6 months, they may or may not still even make that print. So make sure that you get everything that you're gonna want in that print. And I say that when shopping anywhere, especially like the special and the seasonal colors. I like to try to stick to the most neutral ones that I think I can keep getting again and again. Now, some of my favorite things to purchase at the Dollar Tree are, first of all, greeting cards. They actually have a pretty big selection at every Dollar Tree I've been to, and they're pretty good. And like at other stores, you could easily pay $5 or $6 for a greeting card. Also, gift bags, again, only $1.25, and I have paid like $6 for gift bags at different places, and I'm like, that's not fun. Like, I want to put the money into the gift, so I really love that there. Also, helium balloons. Like, I don't even know where else I'd go for helium balloons. Maybe the party store, but they're really expensive there. So those are a great value at the Dollar Tree. Also, any kind of party supplies, like they have the tablecloths, the solid color like paper plates and utensils, things like that, or little party favors. Those are all great things to get at the Dollar Tree. Now, you're definitely going to want to keep in mind that the Dollar Tree is not the only place that you can shop for organizers, for sure, but even for very affordable organizers. So I found some really good ones at Target. I talk about Target's drawer organizers all the time. I'm absolutely in love with them. They are great. And depending on what size you get, they come in packs of like 2, 3, or 4 for just $2 each, which again, you're getting multiples. So I think that's literally as cheap as or cheaper than the Dollar Tree. So I love that. They have some others that are fairly affordable. And you also have to take into account like how large it is. So if you get a larger organizer from somewhere else that will hold twice as much, you might have to buy 2 from the Dollar Tree. So you're not exactly comparing apples and apples. So you need to keep that in mind. Also, Walmart has some excellent organizing things that are really, really affordable. Some of them are closer to that dollar mark. Some of them are a little bit more, but they're really good. I especially like if you're looking for like high-end organizing, but on more of a budget. I love the Home Edit line now. It's going to be a little bit more than the Dollar Tree for sure, but nothing on the level of like Container Store. So that's another thing to check out. I have a whole entire, actually at least 2 videos reviewing that, and I have another one coming up soon because I'm obsessed with that line. So go ahead and click that link below if you want to hear more about that kind of mid-range level of high-end looking organizing items. One of the reasons that I love Dollar Tree for organizing on a budget is that one of the things that makes the space look really organized is consistency. So when you just have the same bins. So if you have like 2 of one kind of bin and 2 of another and 2 of another and 2 of another, it could be like that's really organized. It could still be super organized, but it's not gonna have that same look and feel of that super organized if it's not consistent. So when you go to the Dollar Tree, you can probably afford to buy more that are all exactly the same. And it also makes your organizing easier. And I kind of take the lazy route when it comes to organizing. You'll see where I just get like all the same bin. Mine is usually the multi-purpose bin, but whatever it is, I get all the same bin and toss things in there. And already, even if I didn't go through the trouble of like categorizing it like I should and labeling it like it should, it already looks more organized. So I like that you can go with that consistency and just get the same bins, and it's gonna look so much better than if you had some things not in a bin and random bins and things like that. Another thing you may not have thought about that I have done with Dollar Tree items and they have turned out great is you can spray paint almost anything. Like, I don't know that I've encountered anything that I can't spray paint. I've done like metal file cabinets. Plastic actually does great for spray paint. When you go to buy your spray paint, oh my goodness, if you go to like a home store, there's just like huge aisles full of spray paint, and there's ones for plastic and for all these things. So just make sure you get the right kind of spray paint. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it'll look great. And I have done, just when I wanted it to go with my color scheme, or it may elevate it a little bit more, sometimes I just don't love the colors the Dollar Tree offers. Like, it looks kind of like a elementary school, which is great if that's what you're going for, but if that's not what you're going for, you might not love it as much. So I think like the metallic gold, for example, can look a little bit higher end and elevated, or just something more neutral to kind of go with the color scheme that you're going for. So if you want to do that, consider that. Also, when you do have those mismatched kind of containers and bins, which again, I like the identical, but you can help bring some cohesion to them. If you spray paint them all exactly the same color, they're gonna look more like a set and more like they were meant to go together. If you feel like you have any Dollar Tree shopping secrets, I definitely want to hear those in the comments down below. And also, I recently did a comparison of Container Store kind of expensive organizing products and their corresponding kind of dupes from the Dollar Tree, and I compared the two so you can decide when you might want to save versus when you might want to splurge. So go ahead and click the link below if you want to check out that video.